Neymar to Barcelona won't be happening anytime soon. That's what Julien Laurent told us yesterday after that initial bid from Barca was thrown out by PSG. Not impressed with it whatsoever. Let's welcome in Sid Lowe from Spain, shall we? To talk Neymar, Sid, as we have done, it seems, a lot with you over recent weeks.
Yeah.
Is that your understanding as well? PSG completely unimpressed with Barca's offer?
Well, I listened to Julien yesterday and everything he says makes sense. The problem, of course, is that, as he rightly suggested, things can shift. But right now, Barcelona are in a very strange position, which is that they clearly would like to sign Neymar. They have a number of the dressing room, in particular Luis Suarez and Leo Messi, saying they would like to sign Neymar. And I suspect, but there's no way of knowing this, but interpreting things, I suspect that the most important thing for them is they don't want Real Madrid having Neymar. But the problem is they don't really have the means to do this. And as Julien was talking about, some of the players they wanted to include, well, Coutinho's now gone to Bayern Munich. Rakitic doesn't want to go. They're not keen to sell Semedo. Dembele is injured at the moment. Now, I don't necessarily think that means you can't include him. But that does make things more difficult. And I think there are doubts about Dembele. They don't have the money to put forward a big bid. I think what we will see happen almost certainly will be a bid that says, look, we'll take him in a loan for a season and we will buy him next year, and that purchase will be compulsory. That's the key thing here. Barcelona cannot offer to Paris Saint-Germain something that says, right, we'll take him and then we'll have an option to buy in the summer. No. This can't be an option. This has to be, you will buy him in the summer. The only thing that is being conceded to you now is the chance to not pay for him yet. And even that loan deal would have some sort of loan fee built into it. So I can still see a scenario in which this happens, but I agree with Jules in the sense that it's very difficult to make this happen now unless someone moves and someone shifts position. Now, the nature of the market is that people do, particularly as the deadline looms.
Away from the Neymar shenanigans, Sid, obviously a terrible start for Barcelona in the defence of their campaign, losing 1-0. No Messi, Luis Suarez injured. You mentioned Dembele as well, injured as well. What's the feeling at the moment amongst Barcelona fans? Is Valverde getting some stick?
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, he was getting stick anyway. Bear in mind, this was a guy that everybody thought was going to be sacked at the back end of last season after the defeat against Liverpool, and then again in the final of the Copa del Rey against Valencia. It was essentially the president and the president alone who saved him. There's a reason why the media in Spain was announcing that he was going to go, and that's because key members of the board were filtering out, that's it, we're going to get rid of him. And then it turned out that the president said, no, I'm sticking with this guy, but he's on very, very, very thin ice. And when you go away to Bilbao on the first day of the season, you've only lost 4 league games in 2 years, but suddenly you lose 1 on the very first day. A lot of the focus is on him. Now, of course, as you say, Suarez is out, Messi is out, Dembele played appallingly, Griezmann wasn't good either, but there's a much more collected thing about that, and the focus is very definitely on Valverde. He's under a lot of pressure.